All right, so here's my, well, should have been 6 months. I guess it's more like 9 months now. Update on my Nicks. This is the Robert in brown waxed flesh. Still love them. Continued to break them in. At around the 6 month mark, they really hit just the perfect stride. My foot really started to get into the sole a lot more, so they're really pretty well molded now. Through the toe box here, they started to mold quite a bit more. Continue to also get more comfortable up here in the ankle and across the top. I found as I wore them, right here over the top of the arch of my foot, I was getting kind of a spot that I had to continue to break in. Had to continue to really break in these Ultra Tough Kilties. Absolutely love these boots. No regrets whatsoever about the amount of money spent on them. In my previous videos, right before I did these, I put some of the conditioner on them. I thought this time I'd sort of show what they look like without that. But I also did want to talk about maintenance a little bit on these boots. And just kind of my routine. I use my brush, horsehide brush, or horsehair brush all the time with more or less every wear. When it gets really dirty, if I've been out doing like lots of yard work or it's really dusty, then I pull out this little one. I got it from Red Rings, don't tell anyone. Just kind of getting in there like a toothbrush. This one does a great job all through here of really getting the dirt pulled out of those stitching. Or even down, over in kind of this area here, you can get in just a little bit more is really helpful. This guy, I'll just, dust him off. I try to do this pretty regularly, and I gotta say that just from what I've seen, it really seems like that just makes such a huge difference in just keeping the leather nicely conditioned. I do try really hard to not over condition. If you read the paperwork on your boots, they say never more than every 3 months or so. That's what I've tried to do my best to do. You hear horror stories about guys getting in here and then they tear out. I've tried to be really, really careful of that. Never bothered too much conditioning up here where the laces go. I wrap mine once. And I've just never been that worried about it. I tend to focus more on the areas like back of the heel or the toe cap. I'll condition the sides here every so often. And, I'm in Western Washington and it gets real wet. So I try to make sure that these areas stay hydrated, but again, not overdoing it. I just thought I'd show you all the amazing part about this brown wax flesh. If I can get it, the conditioner open here. Normally I do this with a latex glove, but I'll just take some. You can see how much it brings back like these dry areas here. Just rub that in. I'm trying to do just a small piece so you can see the difference. Then, that's about all you got to do. I try to really go light on it, not overdo it. And gosh, that really just brings the leather back. Which I feel like in other videos, guys have said, oh, you don't work in those. Like I do yard work. I'm not a construction worker. And these are the Heritage brand, the Heritage line of boots. But, I do what I think is perfectly reasonable work in them. And they hold up fantastic. I don't do concrete. I'm not a construction worker, but for a Heritage boot, for just the kind of work I do on my house, on my home, hiking, fishing, they've just held up incredible. They're still breaking in, honestly. They've just been amazing boots. I do think not over conditioning them is really a thing though that I would really encourage other folks to think about. I noticed when I stopped doing it quite so often, I felt like the leather started actually sort of wear in more reasonably. I just would really encourage, make sure you clean them. Gotta clean them. Whenever I'm actually doing this, most times I wear them, I'll brush them off just to kind of get that surface dust. If I wear them pretty regularly and I really notice that it's super dusty, then I'll pull the laces off, pull out the kiltie here, and sometimes I'll just take my air compressor and blow them out first and then brush them. That tends to make a lot of difference. My wife laughs at me about, all the effort I put in my boots. But man, when you spend this much money and you want to have the boots for this long, it's worth it. It just makes sense. So there they are. Absolutely love them. No regrets on the amount of money spent, and I really look forward to many more years in these boots. So hope you all found this helpful. Bye-bye.